Hello again, it is I, Omki or Excalibur here with the final part for my X-Men cartoon retrospective. After this, I'm probably going to be doing some characters or something like that. I'll do something for you guys. So, it is now 2009. This series technically came out in 2008. Now, when I first heard of this series, I was anything but impressed. I was actually enraged at the thought of a new X-Men series called Wolverine and the X-Men. I mean, I was sitting there going, really? A series just on Wolverine? And then you're going to throw in X-Men? I was appalled, because I don't know if you know this, Wolverine is my least favorite of the X-Men. He's become the superhero of the Marvel Universe. That's probably going to be a different video. In any case, I apologize. Once again, stuffy nose. Stuffy nose. Well, once again, I was ready to boycott this series and whatnot. But, like a lot of times, there's a little voice in my head that said, you know, give this show a try. Watch the first episode. So I did. And, holy shit, did I love it. I mean, alright. So the beginning of the series is essentially Wolverine is about to go off on another one of his little trips. And Rogue is pissed off at him. And, you know, the X-Men, I would list them, but there are so, it's just, this is the biggest cast that the X-Men have had in a cartoon series. I mean, this was nuts. I mean, it just, any case. So then, Wolverine is saying goodbye to everyone, and all of a sudden, Jean Grey and Charles Xavier explode. Imagine my reaction to this when I first saw it. I sat there and was going, oh! Not only did they explode, they took out pretty much the entire mansion. And then we meet up with Wolverine a few years later, and he's minding his own. He's trying to get away from the MRD that are hunting him down. And this horrible train accident happens, and Wolverine, being the kind of guy that he is, goes out of his way to this train wreck and looks for people to see if there are any people trapped in there. There's a little girl there. He saves her and brings her back to her family. And so the MRD capture her and her family because they wouldn't tell them where Wolverine was, because he helped them and they helped him. So Wolverine goes to the ruined X Mansion and finds Beast is still there in his lab, which is underground, and convinces Beast to help him save this girl and her family, as well as several other mutants. Now, the great thing about this series is the fact that they have so many characters that they actually use. I mean, even if they're just on screen, and if you know anything about the comics, you can sit there and go, oh my god, that's Rockslide, or oh my god, that's Dust, oh my god, that's, so-and-so. I mean, you're literally stunned at all the actual characters from the comic books that are just there. I mean, it's a wonderful cartoon. Wonderful. And Wolverine then thus decides he should, they're going to rebuild the X-Men. They're going to get the X-Men back together. He finally gets members for the X-Men, which this new group of X-Men, I will at least try. I will at least try to name them. There's Beast, Wolverine, Shadowcat, Iceman, Cyclops, which I'm going to get to him in a minute. Emma Frost, that's great. And then there's Forge and Angel and Nightcrawler, and apparently there's going to be a whole lot more. Anyways, so Wolverine and the X-Men get a message from Charles Xavier. It turns out that Charles Xavier didn't really die. He was blasted into a coma and blasted away to Genosha. And he gets the message they get from Charles Xavier is 20 years in the future, from when he wakes up from his coma, and the entire world is taken over by Sentinels, and mutants are living in concentration camps. So it is now Wolverine's mission to lead the X-Men so that this horrible world will not happen. And I know a lot of people are probably sitting there going, wait, Wolverine leading the X-Men? I was exactly the same way. But Wolverine doesn't want to be the leader, he doesn't like the idea, and he thinks Charles is crazy for it. And Charles even states that, he would have Scott do it, but he's a different man now. He's kind of harder and a little bit of a badass, actually, because of Jean Grey dying. Or does she? That's something you're going to have to find out for yourself. I highly recommend this cartoon. This is quickly becoming my favorite X-Men cartoon. It's dark. It's great storytelling. it's as good. I'm afraid to say this, if not better than the 90s cartoon series. Anyways, guys, I would talk more about it, but there's not a whole lot to talk about still yet, because a lot of the series has not hit the States, and whenever an episode goes up on YouTube or some file sharing site like that, they're immediately taken down. So, everyone, watch out for this one. This one's really good. Anyways, this is Omki or Excalibur saying, take it easy, guys, and if it's easy, take it twice. Later, guys. It's a good X-Men series. It's so good. Listen to that. It's so subtle. The music is so subtle. It's so good. It's so good.